What's up, homie? We're back with this week's news.
This week, we'll be talking about prom tickets, food drive, state testing, the talent show, and a news story. And Gpatv starts right now.
The U.S. has been sending airplane parts to Ukraine. Let's take a look at this video.
He's been appealing for reinforcements since the start of the invasion. And the Pentagon confirmed late Tuesday that the fighter planes and spare parts long requested by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky have been delivered, but declined to comment on the quantity or origins.
I would just say, without getting into what other nations are providing, that they have received additional platforms and parts to be able to increase their fleet size, their aircraft fleet size. We certainly have helped with the transshipment of some additional spare parts that have helped with their aircraft needs, but we have not transported whole aircraft.
Despite not naming any donor countries or details, it suggested that the equipment involves MiG-29 aircraft, after Kyiv asked its Western allies for help providing Russian-made planes that its pilots already know how to operate, and that a smattering of Eastern European countries already have.
The more and the sooner we get all the weapons we've requested, the stronger our position will be, and the sooner there will be peace.
The announcement comes 1 week after President Biden unveiled an $800 million military aid package to Ukraine and suggests a shift in Western attitudes after initially evading the provision of direct arms after Moscow said it would consider that involvement in the war.
Prom tickets will be on sale from Tuesday, Friday to Friday, in the gym area from April 21st to May 4th.
Tickets are $75 with an ASB card and $85 without. On the last 2 days, ticket prices will be rising from $80 with an ASB card and $90 without.
Guest passes will be due May the 3rd for non-GPA students, GPA freshmen, and GPA sophomores. Hard copies are available in the main office guest passes must be approved before the tickets are purchased and received later than May the 3rd.
There will be no admission after 8 p.m. and will not be permitted to leave without parent or guardian approved.
Parking is $15 per vehicle in the adjacent structure. Plan heavy traffic due to the Padres game nearby.
Prom will be taking place at 655 West Broadway in downtown San Diego.
On Saturday, May 7th from 6 to 10 p.m., make sure to not forget your tickets and your ID.
The food drive will be Saturday, May 30th, in the main traffic circle from 9 to 12 p.m. Ms. Carlson can accept donations prior to Saturday.
If you're not able to go to the drive-thru, you may leave donations in the bin outside her room 3115 in the lower high school building.
If you want to participate in the school talent show, submit a video on the link showed on the screen by April 26th. It's open to middle schoolers and high schoolers.
The talent show will be Friday, April 29th. Admission is $5 and proceeds benefit to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital.
Go homie, this week and next week is state testing. Good luck to all students.
And now, on to entertainment with Quat and Gio.
Hello, go homie. It's Quat.
And Gio, back with this week's entertainment.
Hey, Gio.
Yes, Quat?
Did you know that today was in fact Babe Ruth Day?
Babe Ruth, as in the famous baseball player?
Yeah. He is a very famous baseball player who played for the Boston Red Sox and is regarded as the best baseball player of all time.
Oh, wow, that's really amazing. He really was the best.
Yeah. Well, in current news, Britney Spears says she is taking a break from the internet after saying that she is pregnant with a third child.
Oh, that's cool. Whomever she is, I hope she is doing all right with her pregnancy.
Me too. Hey Gio, did you know that Nicolas Cage is playing as himself in the upcoming movie, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which will be releasing April 22nd, which has already passed?
Well, Nicolas Cage is actually playing as a character called Nick Cage, which is an exaggerated version of himself.
I didn't know that. This movie was coming out so soon.
Hey Quat, Nintendo just dropped a new trailer for their upcoming game Splatoon 3 along with its release date.
When is it releasing?
Well Quat, it's confirmed that it is going to be releasing on September 9th.
I'm going to be the first person to buy that game.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. Hey Gio, did you know that Elon Musk bought Twitter for $44 billion?
I wonder how Twitter will change after this.
Me too. I don't really use Twitter myself, but yeah. Well, go homie. This has been Quat.
And Gio,
Now
back to the studio.
And now, on to sports with Kyler Coe.
What's up, Guahami? It's Kyler bringing you this week's sports news. Guahami Esports won their second round of CIF in a 2-0 series win over the Indy E-Sixers. Unfortunately, they ended up losing the third round, however. They finished 10th out of 127 other competitors in the state of California. Congratulations to all these players. A new football league has emerged out of the United States Football League, USFL for short. This league started on April 16th of this year, and it has already gotten tons of positive feedback. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from this league.
We are all set to kick off week 2 of the USFL season, North Division against the South. Michigan Panthers and the New Jersey Generals, both looking for the same thing, first win of the season. Trey Williams from Texas A&M, the tailback, lined up behind him. Play action, steps up, just like last week, deep on the first play. Almost intercepted, falls incomplete. Jamison Houston for the Panthers had a real shot at picking that one off.
Come on, Ma. Come on, Ma. So go.
3-man rush. Patterson creating outside the pocket. Down he goes at the 25-yard line.
Just like the NBA's G League, this league will give players the opportunity to be picked up by an actual NFL team. In other news, during 2 professional sporting events, a woman ran onto court in Game 4 of the Timberwolves versus the Grizzlies game. She ran onto court in protest of the Timberwolves owner, who had recently gone under fire for killing millions of chickens in his farm. A New York Yankees fan threw beer cans and other objects at Cleveland's Guardians outfielders. Let's take a look at these bizarre clips.
Through, Jackson went down, Towns can't go in, loose ball. Beverly trying to save it, and we have a fan who ran out on the floor.
Wisely, he didn't throw anything back at him, but they continued to throw stuff at him. And he's like, yeah, big guy, you want to talk tough from up there, throw stuff. Unbelievable. Well, yeah, you got to walk away from it. You can't, you're going to have them, they're going wild. You're right, it's terrible. And then you see a couple of those guys come in and say, enough.
Lastly, you may have heard Elon Musk has recently bought Twitter for $44 billion. With that money, Omar from ESPN was able to calculate how many sports teams he could buy with that amount. Let's see what teams he could buy.
How many sports teams could Elon Musk buy? In October of last year, it was reported that Elon is worth $302 billion, which means he could buy a lot more than one team. Buying every single NBA team would cost Elon about $71 billion, which means he could also buy every single NFL team, since that would cost $112 billion. And with that money left over, he could buy every MLB team for about $66 billion. And he would still have enough money to buy every NHL team for about $30 billion. After buying every NFL, NBA, NHL, and MLB team, he would have about $23 billion left over, which means he could get me handshake lessons for when I redo my handshake with Shaq at 7.1 million subscribers.
Well, that's all the sports for this week, homie. This has been Kyler Coe. Now back to the studio.
Thank you, Kyler. That was great.
And now, Thursday Night of Culture by Gio, Kyler, and Pablo.
Have you ever traveled to Mexico, China, Jamaica, Vietnam, Korea, or Turkey? Well, if you haven't, Oceanside Sunset Market is the place to go. The Sunset Market is open every Thursday night from 5 to 8 in downtown Oceanside and has a very culturally diverse selection of food and drinks. We ordered food from many of these places and were not disappointed. But other than food, they have many other notable items like these sound bowls, custom-made bags, lots of jewelry, and many different styles of clothing. Aside from all that, however, there's one other thing that you cannot miss, and it's the music. There's a main stage near the center of the market where a band plays lively music. But there are also many other solo musicians playing around the area, like this awesome banjo player.
So you think you can tell, but they get you to trade.
Well, with plenty of entertainment,
So you think you can tell, but they
lots of good food,
off my veil. So you think
and many clothing and jewelry stands.
but they get you to trade. Off my veil.
It's hard to see why you wouldn't come here every Thursday.
But they get you to trade. Off my veil.
With camera operators Harry Pablo Levy and Giovanni Maganda, this has been Kyler Coe reporting for Gpatv.
All right, go homie. That's it for this week's news. This has been Anastasia
And Janet.
signing out.